Problem 6 asks us to determine where the lines given by 2x plus 5y equals negative 1 and negative 10x minus 25y equals 5 meet. So what I'm going to do here is exactly what we did in class, but we did it in class a few different ways. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the simpler equation, which to me looks like is 2x plus 5y minus negative 1. And I'm going to try to solve for one of the variables, so maybe x. So I'm going to take 2x plus 5y equals negative 1 and solve for x. So to do that, I'll subtract 5y from both sides to get 2x equals negative 5y minus 1 and divide both sides by 2. So I get x equals negative 5 over 2y minus 1 over 2. Okay, so now that I have an expression for x, I'm going to plug that into the other equation wherever I see an x. So I will plug into negative 10x minus 25y equals 5. And we're plugging it in as x. When I do this, I get negative 10 times negative 5 over 2y minus 1/2 minus 25y equals 5. So let's go ahead and distribute this 10. When I do that, I guess it's a negative 10, but when I do that, I get negative 10 times negative 5 over 2y minus 10 times negative 1/2 minus 25y equals 5. Okay, so I think what I might need to do is rewrite some of these as fractions. So, well, I guess I don't need to do that. I can just multiply these, right? So negative 10 is the same thing as negative 10 over 1. So negative 10 times negative 5 is 50 over 2y plus 10 over 2 minus 25y equals 5. 50 over 2 is 25. So when I simplify this, I get 25y plus 10 over 2. Well, 10 over 2 is 5, right? So maybe we should rewrite that as well. Minus 25y equals 5. But then this 25y and this negative 25y cancel each other out because 25 plus negative 25 is 0. So I'm left with 5 equals 5. Okay, so if you'll remember from class, what this meant was that these two lines are exactly the same. So let's write that down. So if we're trying to figure out where the lines meet and they're the same line, they meet at infinitely many places because they're the same. So they meet everywhere. because they're the same line. Another way you could do this problem is the following. We could take 2x plus 5y equals -1, and the other equation, so -10x minus 25y equals 5. And we could put these both in slope-intercept form. And simplify the slope-intercept forms as best as we can. Because then you'll notice that you'll get the same equations.